Hi there, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. It is time for our Facebook Live. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. Had a little bit of a false start there. I accidentally bumped the go live button before I was ready, so haven't done that in a while. That'll get your heart going. So welcome on into Facebook Live. This is Carrie. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Texas. And I'm excited to be here with you to craft for just a few minutes. It may be just a tiny touch early, but we're going to go for it. So I like to welcome in anybody that's watching the replay, because I know if you're catching this part, it's probably the replay. It takes a minute for notifications to go out. But whether you're watching on Facebook, the replay, or YouTube, I want to welcome y'all and appreciate you being here. A lot of people watch on replay, and I sure do appreciate that. Be sure, though, to hit that thumbs up or heart. Let me know you were here. Leave a comment. That really helps. And those that are able to join me live, I'm excited about that, too. I know at 3 in the afternoon, a lot of people are just leaving work or still at work, so I'm glad we get the replay. But I'll wait just a second to see if some friends can hop on. Hope y'all are having a good day. It's really pretty here in Texas. Not too hot, not too cold. So I'm grateful for that. We can get some really crazy weather sometimes. And we're just going to make a quick card today that I think you'll really like. I may adjust this again. I'm so sorry. I hate to do that, but there we go. But it's just a quick card, but I am really happy with how it turned out. I have to give a little shout out to my friend Karen from Florida. She messaged me one day and said that the In Color Designer Series paper, the little 6x6 paper stack that Stampin' Up! Does every year with the In Colors. So there's one package that has the new In Colors, one package from last year's In Colors, but they're all the same designs. And you get 4 of each design in the 5 different colors. So lots of paper in the pack. But she had messaged me and said, this paper is gorgeous. And she was not kidding, y'all. And then I need to give another shout out to my friend and team member, Debbie, who pointed out this awesome Encircled with Love stamp set in the annual catalog. That's not something that I had really paid any attention to. So let me show you guys where those things are. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my copy of the annual catalog. And while I'm at it, if you need a copy of your own, this is a gorgeous new catalog that just launched here in May of 2025. And if you need a copy, you don't have a demonstrator that you work with and purchase from, I would absolutely love to be able to provide that for you complimentary. And I would love to have you join us in crafting and our different events and just really help you find your creativity. That's what I truly love to do. So Encircled with Love is here, and it's page 36. And this is one that Debbie pointed out to us, I think in a team meeting, something that she liked in the new catalog, and it is a really cute little set. Like I said, it did not draw my attention, but once she told us about it and I went back to look, I really loved this little set. And then, if you turn over to page 121, is where you'll find the Designer Series paper. So that is where we have the In Color 6x6 paper stacks. And I'll show you all of these products as well. Excited about this new catalog. We've already had a lot of fun. We had the launch party this past Saturday, along with the after party that we do with each new catalog launch. So we've already been playing with a lot of new products, and I think people agree that the new In Colors are absolutely fabulous. You'll see them today. So this is the cute little stamp set. Now there is a 1 7/8 inch circle punch that coordinates perfectly with this stamp set. It is not available right now. Supplies have been depleted, but I kind of found a little workaround with at least a couple of the images in this stamp set by using my stylish shapes dies. I know y'all are surprised, right? It's not perfect. I'm sure the punch will be better, and when I can get it, I will. But for now, my stylish shapes dies are what I'm turning to help cut out these little images. So we're going to be using the one with little bird for this card today. And I found that one of the circle dies did work. It nipped a little bit of the bird's tail off. It's not perfect, but it did work. I've also used one of the larger ones to cut out a couple of the other images that I'm needing for some other cards that I'm creating. And when the 1 7/8 inch circle punch is back in stock, Stampin' Up! Is going to email me to let me know that. And I wanted to be able to tell you about this new feature on our website where if something is out of stock, you can actually click Notify Me. It has a place where you opt into that service and put your email. It already populated mine because I was logged in. And then I just said, yes, I would like to receive these emails, and it will let me know when that punch is back in stock so I can put it in my cart. So I think that's really cool. We don't have to keep up with it and keep checking and checking. Pretty much instantaneously when that is back in the warehouse, they will notify me. So I love that, and I will pick up that punch that will coordinate perfectly with these images. But it's a really fun little set. Now let's look at our in color paper as well. We've got the different patterns in each of the in colors. So Strawberry Slush, Secret Sea, oh, I'm testing myself, Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, and Timid Tiger. So this is the first pattern. Let me show you the other side of it. Absolutely lovely paper. It's gorgeous. So Karen did not steer me wrong, did she? Isn't it pretty? And then let me show you the other pattern that's in that package. So again, Strawberry Slush, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, and Timid Tiger. This one is a really nice bold print, isn't it? So gorgeous. And then I'll show you the back. It's got these really cool stripes. Almost looks like maybe done with water paint or something like that in each of the colors. Isn't that beautiful? So very artsy paper. And we're going to make a really quick but very cute card with this. So we're going to start with just a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is thick basic white cardstock. I'm going to burnish that good. And then I went ahead and cut a strip of the stripe in the Secret Sea. We're going to make a monochromatic card today. And I want to put this strip over here. Now, I just cut it at 1 1/4. And so it's still 6 inches long. I'm going to glue it down, and then I'll come back in and I will trim it off. So I'm just going to put a little glue here on my card base. Bring in my glue holder. And then I'll put this strip on. And I am coming over maybe, what, 1/4 inch or so from the edge of the card base. Let me see if I can get that straight. Give that just a second to dry. That looks pretty good. And then I can bring my snips in and just trim the rest of that off. Now, I could have cut it down to 5 1/2. I kind of debated whether I wanted it 5 1/4 or 5 1/2. And I think I like it at 5 1/2. And I'll just toss that little piece. Okay, the next thing that I have is a piece of the Designer Series paper, that other pattern. And it's got a little bit more muted flower, but still very, very pretty. So this is 3 inches by 3 inches. And then I have a mat of Secret Sea cardstock that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I just want to remind y'all that last week we talked a little bit about 6 by 6 paper and how to really think about your math when you're cutting into it. Like I could have made that strip 1 1/2, so I would get 4 pieces out of a piece of Designer Series paper. I purposely made this one 3 by 3, so I would get 4 of the 3 by 3 squares out of my Designer Series paper. So I really stop and think about when I'm using 6 by 6 how to best utilize it so I don't have either any scrap left or a very small amount left. So let's go ahead. And then I do save most every little strip. Now that last one that I just tossed, what, 1/2 inch by 1 1/4. I didn't save that, but usually if it's a little bit larger, I'll save those strips. Let me just make sure I get this nice and centered up. It kind of blends into my gray background, y'all. As I'm looking at it, let me turn it over on this white. That's better. It looks like I need to zhuzh it just a little bit back this other way. That's what I like about my liquid glue. I know it can be difficult to use the liquid glue because it can get kind of messy, and I did get a tiny touch on my fingers, but I just love how I'm able to move that around. Okay, I think I'm going to position this right about here. Is that not beautiful? And look how easy this card is. But that paper is just phenomenal. So it's creating a pretty card very, very simple. We'll put this down. And I just kind of want to center this up good. Let's see here. I think those lines and stuff are kind of fooling my eyes, but I'm going to try to get it centered up pretty well. Probably could have gone up just a tiny bit, but this will work, won't it? Yes. So just that alone is very pretty, and I could have gone ahead and just stamped a sentiment here. But I want to add my little focal image that I stamped and cut out from the stamp set. So isn't that pretty? And I do kind of like the stitched border around it. But like I said, those stylish shapes dies, you can tell it's not perfect, but close enough. So let me bring in some dimensionals. I thought I got a fresh pack of dimensionals out. Where'd I put them? I guess we've used a couple out of it. Quite a few, actually. And they're in a perfect row. Look at that. How did that happen? Somebody must have been in here using my dimensionals when I wasn't looking, because that is not my MO right there. Trish would be proud of me. Don't forget, if you have not gone over to YouTube and subscribed to my friend Trish at Trish's Card Club, her YouTube channel, why don't you do that once this video is over? She is an awesome Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she is working super hard to build her subscribers. I mean, we all are, but she's got a goal, I think, of 1,000 subscribers this year, because YouTube unlocks some other features when you hit that point. So she's really wanting to hit that, and if you could help her, that would be amazing. So it's Trish's Card Club. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add this little image that says "With Love." I think I'll put it right about there. Maybe move it up just a tiny bit. I kind of like this because it's like the little bird is amongst the flowers. Thought that looked really pretty. And I do have the Secret Sea ribbon. Thought I would go ahead and maybe make a little bow with that. This is a faux linen ribbon, and I'll tell you, it's fabulous. It's absolutely beautiful. I do love a pretty ribbon. And I like to bring the tails down together and then snip them at the same time. That just helps me from going back and forth trimming the tails, because what I end up doing is get this one a little too short, then this one a little too short, so I just keep going back and forth and back and forth. So let's put this on with the glue dot. And I'm not exactly sure where we might put that just yet, but let me get it on a glue dot and then we'll determine that. Maybe a couple glue dots. You always want to bring your item that you're going to adhere down to your glue dot, because once you touch your glue dot, the warmth in your fingers can really make it sticky. I'm thinking it would look really pretty right about there, or it's probably a little bit too big for there. Yeah, I think we're going to just go right up above this square and try to center up our bow. Maybe move it over a tiny bit more. I think that looks pretty. And then of course I've got some some embellishments. And these are the in color embellishments. So we will go with the Secret Sea color. And there's a couple different sizes of these. That just kind of really pops on that white border. Let's go with the medium one up at the top as well. What do y'all think? Or maybe I'll just, I want to move this one down a tiny bit, if I can. Let me see if I can convince it to move. Oliver is licking his paws. I'll just go with all three. Oops. That looks like cloud cover. All three embellishments down here. May end up spreading them out a little bit more when I'm done, but that is our Secret Sea card using those beautiful designer series papers and just most of the ink, the embellishments, the ribbon, Secret Sea products, kind of featuring Secret Sea. It's a fabulous color, y'all. I've already fallen in love with it, and I think everybody at the launch party really liked Secret Sea as well. I may work on those embellishments. I'm not convinced that I like those there, but they sure are pretty. Okay, I think that is it for today, y'all. It's going to be a quick video, huh? No happy mail for today, but we will see you back again next week. We are prepping right now for bingo, so be sure that if you are not on my email list, you message me so I can add you to my email list. At the first of the month, I always send out an email with all of the activities that we have going on in the upcoming month, so you can be aware and join in where you want to. We would love to include you, though. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you.